been a while, but I'm back.
She's back.
I'm back. So I have a very exciting box. It's huge. This box has come all the way from Brazil, and a few of you might know what's in here because they're your orders. So we're gonna open it up and see what we got. And you probably know these two, but say hi.
You did not.
Oh, and Jose, where are you? Oh, he's back there. Jose's helping too. So we are going to. Okay. Should we just get into it? Let's get into it. So there are only two types of plants in here, but Frankie, that was rude. 2 types of plants in here, but we have a few different sizes. So we're just going to quickly show you guys the different sizes. Oh, we need a fluff bag. I keep this stuff like
Just use it as a sweater.
as a pillow if I get too boring for you. Oh, and I got one anthurium. I was gifted.
It's right at the top.
Gifted an anthurium, and it's got no moss on it. That's interesting. We'll have to get. So this one, he doesn't know what it is. He just calls it a hybrid. But
It's very blue.
yeah,
Super blue.
I haven't even really.
How would you describe the texture, Lauren? Kind of like silicone.
Matte velvet?
Matte velvet. Yeah.
I think I've said this before. I kind of refer to plant textures as like paint.
Oh, yeah, that makes
matte.
sense. Yeah.
Satin. I would say eggshell. A little bit, yeah.
Shiny.
It's cute. I don't know what it is, but it is anthurium, and it needs to get into some water ASAP. Maybe. So what do we have? Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Did he label the sizes though?
They should be pretty.
Obvious.
Yeah, that would be small.
This is small.
I think so. Yeah. So this guy. Oh, am I close enough? So this one is
It's
so cute. Burl Marks Flame. And these ones, have you guys felt these leaves in person? How thick they are? They're so thick and gorgeous. And I splurged for myself and got a large for this one and the next type that we have in there. So I'm excited. We'll get there. The next plant's actually one that these plants have kind of been plants that I wouldn't say they were on a wish list, but they were plants that I definitely had on my radar. Wow. This one here is a philodendron Spiritus Sancti. And one of the reasons I actually bought from this supplier was that he grew these from seeds. They're not TC. And I wanted to make sure that they were from seed and not TC, and they've shipped really well. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, there's like the whole family of them.
Really no damage to the leaf.
No, surprising for not being wrapped in anything.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Yeah. Okay, now we're like next level. Literally the next level. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Jesse, your baby is here. So as I just said, I don't know if those are that must be the large.
It has to be.
I bought one for myself, and Jesse, who's over there, there's a hand, got one for himself. We have to look at the pictures and see which one. I think it was this one that I got. Oh, this is medium then.
I think the small ones.
No, these are the smalls right here.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, okay, so this is a medium Spiritus here, and then this one. Look at this leaf. Oh my god, it's so narrow. Oh, I can't even get it in the frame. It's so. Do you want yours? Do we remember which? I'm pretty sure we'll look at the pictures again, but I'm pretty sure because I was eyeing the like super narrow guy. Oh my god, look at this. Ah! Here you go, Jesse.
This is like.
Look at that chomp too. I see chopping potential.
I've been a huge fan.
I bet you're number one fan.
Nice to meet you. It was so great to meet you.
Okay,
I want to take a picture with this.
we can pot it up and then.
Right, mediums.
I feel like this is still. These are smalls because I got.
No
Yeah, because I got
way.
so many smalls.
Oh, they're so pretty.
They are. Look at this one. The
Oh, sure. I'll just pull up here.
so pretty. They shipped really, really
Wow.
well. Even the roots still look
I am so
really
excited.
good. And you guys can't see, but I have like above here a pampas cloud that I am replacing my pampas cloud with a spiritus. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, there's like 30 of them or something. So they're probably, these are all the smalls. Such a good size for, that one might be a medium. This guy might be a medium because he's got, Kevin calls it the claw. The claw. He's got one claw.
Wow, there's so many.
The texture on these leaves are just like, they're so thick and gorgeous.
Look at this one as a fenestration.
See, I think these ones must be
Medium.
mediums,
Yeah.
but I'll have to count them to double check. Yeah, look at that fresh root. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but fresh root in the moss. See, look at those fresh roots.
No rotted leaves, yellow leaves.
I was initially thinking I would just put them in water, but now that they've got like some active roots in moss, we'll probably,
Well, no,
put them
these
in
must be
moss.
the medium. Or they no, those are
Large.
Oh.
well, there's for sure 2 large. One of them is mine.
Oh, this is
Oh, oh my goodness. It's all smushed up from being packaged, but
I'm stuck.
oh my gosh, look at that leaf.
I really want to mess with it. I'm like,
We've known you for like, 3 years. Only ever seen you in photos. Look at this leaf. Oh my gosh. That is, okay, that's one of the older leaves. Like, wow. I'm like taking it in for a second. I know, I think that one might be mine.
That must be
Oh
the
my
second
God.
one.
Yeah, so these are the large. Look at the fenestrations.
Yay!
goodness. So, those must be mediums
These are
then.
medium,
Yeah, we'll have to count them, but
Also, the smalls are huge.
yeah, they're a good, like,
Yeah.
for the price,
how
it's
is
like,
this small?
I know. And so many leaves, and
Oh, a lot of stem too.
yeah.
And then, yeah, you
So
have
I think
those
the
that
medium, the difference is just that there's a bit of, they've fenestrated a bit, and I think the leaves are a little bit bigger. But even like the stems on these are nice, like they're not little plants, hey? I know. This is like, we're all speechless. Oh, look at that leaf. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you guys that leaf. Like, I'm in love.
I'm gonna unpack them with
Yeah.
the roots.
So we're gonna unpack them. We'll look at the roots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna trim anything.
And then if they were really wilty, you would put them in water.
Yeah.
Right? But these are really freaking perky.
Yeah, and I can't get right close up, but like there's new roots just
Yeah.
happen. I'm so far away from the camera. Charmaine's behind the camera. I should give him a close up. Yeah, I'm actually really, really impressed with this.
Very healthy plants.
Very healthy. And I usually, with imports, you assume that through the phyto process, they've been inspected for pests and all that, but you can never assume because I have had every pest under the sun come in with imports. So I do always give them a quick look over for any pests, and I'm not seeing anything on these. They look pretty clean, so. But that's always one good thing to look at.
Moss is so red.
You know, it's interesting too when the different mosses from
Yeah,
different
it's
countries,
very-
you're like, ooh, they use the good moss. And then other places it's like, ooh, what is this? Like,
It's pretty. Like they're so hairy.
it's like good moss.
Try to revive this moss.
Jesse has decided he wants to cut his right away. Well, he wants me to cut it. Right here?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. And we chose there because this section has its own little root system and probably a few nodes in there. And the top still has some nice roots underneath. It's all in a bag still. There we go. One becomes two. Or three, probably. There you go. All right, so we're back. We unpacked everything, and I'm just going to show you guys the two plants that were for myself, and I'm going to pot them up. So I'll show you what medias and pots and the whole process that I usually do with my plants. So I think the first one I'm going to do is this beautiful Spiritus Sancti. I am like so shook by the sheer size of this thing, and I specifically chose this one because I wanted one with super narrow leaves, and I think this is it. So let's have a look at these roots. So the roots are looking really good on this. There are so many roots. I do see just a little bit of dead root just at the very bottom here. So I'm just going to cut that off. You can see here, there's just a dead bit there. And for this one, I have actually decided to pot it in tree fern and perlite. So just place him here for a second. I'm going with a 8-inch pot. It might be a little small, but I think it'll be good to start because I do think that some of these roots might kind of shed off in acclimation. Oh yeah, see, they're already, okay. Might have to just see. So I'm just kind of like giving it a little pull, and like that just came off really easily. So I'm just kind of going like this. And anything that comes off easily, I'll just remove. So yeah, so as I said, like I do expect that a lot of these roots are probably gonna shed off in acclimation. And I'm just hoping we get some new roots happening pretty quickly here. I did notice, this is a little unfortunate, looks like there's two petioles, this one here and this guy, that have, I don't know if they got cut in packing or before. I might lose those leaves, but for now I'll leave them and see how they do. So I'm just going to pot it up. I think this will be good. Okay, let's do this. So I just have my little bin here of, it's just horse perlite and tree fern fiber, and I've really been loving this lately. Charmaine and Alice use it a lot, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna try it. I actually brought some in to sell in the shop, and repotted quite a few of my anthuriums in it, and they seem to love it, and they root so fast. So I'm hooked on it. It is one of the more pricier substrates, so I kind of pick and choose who I use it for, but I thought this one will be a good candidate. So just get some in the bottom. The roots are so long, I'm gonna have to wind them around in here. I could probably put it in a larger pot, but I think just because I think some of these roots are just gonna kind of shed off, that I would rather have it in a smaller pot to start. And I mean, if I have to repot it into a bigger pot in the near future, that's okay. I'm just gonna do a layer in between those roots there. A lot of roots in here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put this one on a pole yet. I'm going to not right now, and I might add a pole later. But as I said earlier, I am planning on hanging this one in the front shop here. I have south-facing windows, and I think it'll do really well in here. So, and it'll have, you know, a lot of room to grow and spread its wings. I actually also have a pretty large UPI that I have in the back, and it needs, and the wingspan, oh, I've shown it to you guys on here before. The wingspan on that thing is so big that I'm thinking I'm going to hang it out here too, just to give it somewhere to just fully grow and have the space to do that. So, Frank, did you lose a toy over there? What happened? I don't know if you guys can hear him whining in the background. I might have to go help him. Sorry if this is boring. You just got leaves in your face here. Let's see how this guy. I might actually get some plant tape and hold this petiole up, because this leaf is the one that the petiole looks like it was cut. So I'm gonna go grab a little stake. I'll be right back. I am back. So I pulled one of these. This is something new that I've brought into the shop. It's just like a clear stake. So in place of a bamboo or some kind of stake, they're just clear acrylic, which hopefully will be, you won't see them as much. So I'm just gonna put that here to hold this guy and its petiole. I'm a little worried it's gonna break. Hopefully that gives it a little bit of support. And then, yeah, it's basically potted. So I'm just going to go around the corners and make sure the substrate is all the way even throughout the pot. All right, I think he's done. So once it kind of starts to root in the pot, I'll probably remove this, but for now, I'm a little worried about this petiole fully breaking. So yeah, see, you can see this leaf is probably not gonna live, but that's okay. That's just one leaf. So look at how beautiful this one is. I feel like I have to get so far back for you guys to see it, but we'll do an up close as well. You might only see some of the leaves, but I can't believe I have this in my collection now, and I'm so excited. So I just have some great white water, so I'm just going to lightly water it. I did kind of pre-soak the tree fern a little bit, but I'm going to give it a little bit of water and then let it have some sun out of the box. And yeah, there's that one. All right, and for my Girl Marks Flame, I think I have decided I'm going to put it into leca. I've had a couple friends that have theirs in leca with good success, so I'm actually going to build it a moss pole. We're going to get it on a moss pole straight off bat and into leca. So I guess I'll make the moss pole first. I haven't shown you guys these either. These are clear moss pole sheets that I actually sell in the shop, and they're just so handy. So these ones are clear. They kind of come with a little film on them you have to pull off first, but these just take so much time out of making moss poles. Like, I remember the days where I would literally have, you know, an afternoon on the weekends and be like, okay, I'm making moss poles, and you collect all your stuff for it, and it was like a whole afternoon of doing it. And now these, and then honestly, like half the time I'd be like, oh, I started neglecting the plants that needed moss poles because it just seemed like such a task. So this kind of takes that extra time out, and yeah, it's nice. They're also extendable, so once you've reached the top of it, you just put another one on top and keep going. So I'll just quickly show you how to put it together. So there is like a crease here and here. So I just fold them. Some people make it first and then put the moss in it, but I like to put the moss as I'm making it. So I just fold both sides, and then I have my moss bin under here. So I lay my moss in here. My moss always comes with sticks that I feel like I'm picking out of here. So I just kind of do like, you know, an even layer of moss throughout. And I usually leave a little bit of space at the top because when I do need to extend it, it'll slide in there. So I don't fill it right to the top. Let's see. I think I can put a little bit more. And this is the medium size. But we also have like mini, small, medium, and then a large. And the biggest difference mostly is obviously the height of them, but also like the width at the front. The small ones they're quite a bit more narrow, which I find for, you know, smaller plants, it's nice to have that option of just like a much smaller pole to put in the pot. Frank, I wouldn't want to put, you know, like this size pole into a 3-inch pot or a 4-inch pot. So, how's it going? Charmaine is voluntarily cleaning my place, which I feel like every time she comes here, that's what she does. She tells me I'm not allowed to say no, and I'm like, okay. So the other thing with these ones is they do come with, it's so clear, hopefully you can see this. There's different like sizes, so you can make it more narrow or you can make it a wider one. I kind of usually end up going for kind of the middle range. So you just click those in like so. I missed this one. And there we go. You can usually hear a little click, click. Oh, there we go, click. And done. So Sometimes like you don't want to put the moss too tight, but so I usually do it quite loose when I do that, and then I kind of just give it a little squish afterwards, and you know, like, so now there's a little bit of an empty space here. So if that's the case, then I'll just grab a little bit more moss and put it in. So I'll just put a little bit down here. And I actually don't mind that there's not a little bit at the bottom here, because this is going to be going into leca. So I'll probably put a little bit of leca in the bottom to kind of stabilize it down. They do come with these little feet. I find if you're potting it like all the way, which I'm going to for this one, like into the pot, I don't necessarily need the feet, so I tend to cut them off. But if you're kind of putting it in a pot that already has, like if you just don't want to repot your plant and you want to shove it in, those kind of come in handy for anchoring it in. But in this case, I don't need them, so they are gone. Okay, so that is made. We'll wait for that one. Put it over here. I am making such a mess. So let's have a peek at the roots on this one. So not as many roots as I thought, but what I'm liking here is I see a fresh root here, which will be nice to get into the pole. And these roots down here are still looking pretty good. So I think we're looking pretty good. All right. I always peel off all the sheaths and dead bits before I pot stuff. But okay, so I am going to first fill up bottom with some leca, and I don't have a pot, so we're going to use our hands. That's going to take forever. 1 minute. Okay, this will be faster. I apologize, this is probably loud. So I'm going to, let's have a peek here. So I kind of wanted to put the roots a little bit higher up in the pot so that I can keep a little bit of a reservoir lower without the roots touching fully. So let's see. So it's going to be hard to show you, but this one root that's right here, I'm just kind of sticking it in one of these little honeycombs, just kind of guiding it into the pole. And now I'm just going to fill it up with leca. Hopefully that'll be stable. Okay, she's all potted up. So I have my pole. It's kind of not touching or flat up against the pole, but I've just attached it here with one Velcro. And as you can see, I kind of have steered this aerial root into the moss here. So in the next little while, I'll have to do a really good job of keeping this moist, and then hopefully it'll just go root right through there. How beautiful is this one? I'm so excited. Hopefully she likes her life in Canada and in Lekka. So I think that's all. I'm gonna go in back and help everybody else pot the plants. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I do hope to be able to do more videos for you guys. Frankie, my guard dog. Anyways, I hope to be able to do more videos for you guys. It's been busy, so but we have a few fun things in the works in the next couple of months. I hope you guys like seeing videos of unboxing and a little bit of things that happen in the shop, not just sharing my plants with you guys. But we'll see you in the next one.